Broadcasting from Shinston, West Virginia, this is Acute Mania Live. Here's your host, Scott Arnold.
I'm back. Hi. Welcome to Acute Mania Live. I have a great show today. I met this band down in Winston-Salem, a couple weekends ago, something like that, when I went to see Internal Shadow. They are called Alaya's Cursed, and Ivar is in his car. That kind of rhymes a little bit, but welcome. It's nice to have you.
Hey, how's it going?
And Mark is back to co-host. How's Austin, Mark? Is it hot? Is it hot as shit down there?
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. I can't imagine it being great.
I bought these for the show.
What, cigarettes?
Fake cigarettes. That way I look like I'm smoking.
Are you making fun of me?
I kind of feel left out. Like I should have a cigarette too.
You should have like a blunt or something.
They're only $4 on Amazon.
Are they?
I'll remember that for next time.
It's significantly cheaper than like, these.
You can look cool
With $8.
and save your lungs for other smoke.
That doesn't sound like much fun at all, honestly.
You can smoke all kinds of things besides cigarettes.
Do what now?
You can smoke all kinds of things besides cigarettes.
Not that's good for you, or to make you not to make you feel good. I have to smoke on here. I'm stressed out all the time. It stresses me the hell out. I've done almost 354 of these now. So, but it's fun. Every single show is fun.
Yeah, that's how shows are. Like when you're right before you perform, no matter how many times you do it, sometimes like you just get the jitters. You
guys did great. Of course, I listened to you before I came down and on the way down and stuff. And I really like the material, all of it, even the old stuff. Even though you don't play the old, you're not gonna be playing the old stuff anymore. Right. I still like that stuff. It was good, but I knew what you were saying yesterday when you were saying we're gonna kind of move on from that because we've built from there. And I think every band does that. You have to you have to release stuff to see what your sound is, and But you guys have been together for a long time, right? Tell me a little bit about how it started.
So basically, so it's a little bit of a long story. It started out as like a studio like side project, and it was just me at the time, because I was in a band where they weren't allowing me to do what I wanted to do. Like I had these cool ideas, more melodic stuff, because they were wanting to be more on like the breakdowns and heavy stuff, which I didn't have a problem with, but I was like, at the time I was like listening to stuff like Under Oath and Blessed to Fall and stuff like that, and I wanted to do stuff more like that instead of I don't know, just like the heavier stuff like Emir, or bands like that at the time, which they were trying to go for. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this off to the side. And I started putting out some stuff over time, and that's the thing, like I wanted to play some shows as well, but it wasn't like anything super serious, because the other band that I was in was more of the thing that I wanted to do, because it showed more promise and stuff like that. It was just more of an outlet, Alaya's Curse, in the beginning. But over time, when that fell apart, that became more of a thing, and the longest time, so like that was back in 2013, so it's been a minute. And moving up forward to about like 2015, sort of similar situation where like I just joined this other band, but they were wanting to do more riffier, like August Burns Red stuff, and I was doing that. But I also want to do this more melodic thing, and I would just constantly just put stuff out there, and like try to get together like some people to play a show here and there, just kind of test the waters. And then moving up to 2019, I was like, okay, let me just try this for real. So we played a few shows. I had some guys in the band like that met up, and this is like right before the pandemic. we got together, and this is the Nostalgia Inc. album that we
Good
were
album.
working on, and we were like, okay, let's do this, see how it goes, because so we had some guys in there that want to do a pop punk kind of like vibe and stuff, and incorporate metalcore. So that's what we were trying to shoot for at the time. But then, the pandemic hits, we can't play shows, things dissolve. And then back in 2022 is when I started this back up again, after the whole, everything started opening back up, some things going on in life that cleared up, that allowed me to get together. Now, the thing is with the lineup, um, so the lineup for the longest times was the guys in my old band. I was in a band called Ghost in the Ruins, and they were part of that project for like the longest time. Still cool with them and everything. And they were there from the EP up until like right before I put that album, because it's a lot of moving parts in this story where like I
Has
had
it
to move to South Carolina.
has it always been the
And
same style of music?
yeah, it was sort of, yeah. So like the EP that we did is closer to the style that we were doing in the song Fade
Yeah.
that we put out last year. And you know, that's kind of like the idea. So like I was revisiting that, but like essentially updating our sound. So like long story short, it started as a side project, and it just kind of progressed over time where I'm like, okay, let me try this for real.
Yeah. Why not?
I never, I didn't take it super seriously up until like probably 2022,
Yeah.
you know? So yeah,
I'm glad you
that's,
did, because it's like I said, it's really good stuff.
I
It's
appreciate it.
right up my alley too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what I listen to. I mean, I listen to a lot of like metalcore. I guess it's very nowadays. That's a very broad. The
Yeah,
metalcore could be anything.
definitely.
But to me, it's there's clean singing and screaming, and I mean, I can listen to bands that just scream all the time too. But
Hmm.
I really get into it when like Deftones is one of my favorites. And they just came out with
Of
a new album.
course.
I don't know if you heard it. It's freaking excellent. But just and as soon as I heard that in your stuff, I was like, oh, this is going to be a great show, because the show in Winston was. I didn't catch the first band, but you guys, and of course Internal, they scream all the time, and for the most part, and of course the last band, they always do. But
Mm.
it was I was like, okay, at least I'm gonna like Lay's Curse, and enjoy it. I mean, I knew I was gonna like Internal Shadow, but you know,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just, with that show, we had like it was like a mix match of like different styles, because like the first band that went up, they were like very alternative rock metal, and then
Hmm.
then you had us, which is like metalcore. Then Internal Shadows is pretty much metalcore, I would
Just
say.
like a really heavy metalcore, I think, or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah, like a riffy technical metalcore. And then the last band was deathcore, which is like,
Yeah.
like I personally love. So
And he
uh
he did a little bit of rapping too. I guess
yeah,
a
yeah,
style of
they
rapping, metal rapper or something.
yeah, he's really good. Jason, the
Yeah.
vocals for that band, yeah,
Is he? Are
he's
they from
killing it.
around there, around where you are?
No, they from what I've known, Jason, he lives in like out in the sticks, I think, like somewhere in Carthage, I think, North Carolina.
Sticks
Just
here
like,
too.
yeah, 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 just out like nowhere. Jay, and the funny story is Jason, the vocalist of that band, used to play guitar for us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's how that.
Wither the Fallacies, who we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Wither.
yep, yeah. Wither
Yeah.
the Fallacy, yep, yep.
I'd like to talk to them.
And
I think that'd be fun to have on the show.
oh, they're great people. Definitely,
Get
definitely
'em.
recommend them. Um, but yeah, he used to play guitar for us, and I remember it was funny because we were writing the song Fade at the time. But he wanted to go on and do Wither the Fallacy,
So he
which
played on he
I
played
totally
on
get.
Fade then on the recording.
No, no, he helped write out some
Oh, I
parts.
see.
Eventually we went back. We took the basic idea he had put down. Because essentially what the writing process for Fade was is I wrote the song out. I'm like, hey guys, what do you think about this? and then he kind of took some of the riff ideas, cleaned them up a little bit, and then we had the demo for a while, and then there was like our drummer moved, and then Jason wanted to do Wither the Fallacy full time, and so while we were working on Fade, we recruited another guitarist and another drummer, and the guitarist that came in, Josh, he essentially kept, like I said, the basic idea, but he rewrote it again and made it what it is. So
It seems like this would be a good time to play Fade, since we're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
it, right? You know?
yeah, yeah.
All right, Mark, get ready, because I always get a Mark after the songs are over, because he's the best with describing the song.
But I'm also the worst with naming metalcore bands.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's okay. It's okay.
We'll get to it.
Everybody has their roles. All right, here's Fade by Alaya's Curse, and then we'll talk about the name too. 'Cause I was kind of looking up some stuff on the internet here, and we'll see if that's the same as what you guys were going for with Alaya's Curse.
Gotcha.
First, here's Fade, my favorite song. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, it's a really good song. It's really good.
Yeah, that's my
I
shit.
appreciate it.
It sounded, I don't know. I kept getting, is your guitarist an In Flames fan?
Uh, I'm not sure. I know he likes.
He should have been
From
on
what
the show. Then he could have answered that.
Yeah,
Because
he's
he
busy.
definitely's got that like that Gothenburg metalcore sound a little bit to it.
Yeah, that there's definitely an influence on that when I was writing it. Because that chorus is essentially is what I started the song out with and built around that, and that's the style I try to keep along with it. But Josh, the guitarist, he's more into like the progressive metal type stuff. So he likes bands like Tool, Vola, I think is the name of the band. I'm not well versed in the more progressive metal bands,
Mhm.
but he likes stuff like that, very technical. So
Yeah,
I guess he kind of heard that and incorporated it into the song and built on that. So
yeah.
I was
So it
um,
sounded really good.
I was looking
I
at the
appreciate it.
at a definition of Alaya, and there's a couple different ones here, but I think they might tie together because I'm
Mhm.
trying to guess where you came up with Alaya's curse. And actually, it's a really good definition of whatever this is. It says it's the collective unconsciousness of mankind and the drive for its survival as a whole. Anything? Is it anything to do with that? Or the other one is I guess it has to do with Buddhism, and it's a sort of in eternal substance or matter, creative and containing all forms.
So
I'm trying. It's
it's
pretty interesting
funny.
though.
That's a very like deep and philosophical
You're welcome.
name. I mean, more than I ever. Okay, so the story behind the name is a lot more simpler than that.
Somebody's girlfriend,
Um,
right?
no, no,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
no. So long story short, at the time, one of my favorite bands of all time. Well, I should say, yeah, they were pretty much one of the biggest influences when I started getting into metalcore and stuff like that. Was Killswitch Engage, and they had a song called "My Curse," that I really liked, and I was like, that'd be a cool like band name, but like I don't want to like straight up like rip off the band like the song name, and then "My
Right.
Curse" just sounds very, I
Sounds
don't
like a
know, it's
punk
not.
band.
Yeah, it sounds like a punk band. It sounds kind of cheesy. So I'm
Yeah.
like, how do I make this sound like a little bit more poetic? And at the time, I was like, like I was like thinking like, what curse, like or something. So as I'm like researching stuff, like the name at the time popped up, Athena. I'm like, but that sounds too generic as well. Like it's
Yeah.
very on the nose. I'm like, let me just look for a name that has the same kind of like exotic kind of like vibe to it, I guess. And I looked up, uh, you know, female names that sound similar to Athena, and I came up with Alea. So that's what that came up to be is Alea's
Well,
curse.
nice. Well, now you have a definition too. You could just be like, well, we figured out what it really means because
Yeah, I was meditating on a mountain,
I can
thinking
send
about
that to you.
humanity,
Yeah, I
the
mean,
struggles.
I just started typing in Alea, and then you know how Google add words at
Mm,
the end, and one of them was Alea mythology, and I was like, well, okay. So I clicked on that, and then the definition kind of would make sense, the collective unconsciousness of mankind and the drive for its survival as a whole. So the curse of that would be the opposite, I guess. I don't know that. I mean, you could just if somebody asks you, what it really means, you can just tell them, or
yeah,
I'll send it to you.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, be more
When you
philosophical
guys get
about it.
when you get bigger, and you start getting all these Spin magazine interviews and
Yeah.
Joe
And just
Rogan and
take
shit.
you can take those definitions and plug them into AI, and it'll
Yeah.
give you an entire
Oh
story
yeah.
about your band.
I did that with our
And it'll
band too for a
yeah,
bio. Yeah.
it'll tell you stuff you didn't even know about.
Let me tell you let me read you the bio of our band that I had AI do because we had a show and they needed a bio and I just didn't have one. I mean I won't
Mm.
read like the names and shit, but emerging from the ashes of their solar projects, and then it was me and Rob's thing. The name is a fusion, blah blah blah. Okay, where was the part that said? Oh yeah, each It blends raw energy of rock, metal, and grunge that complements each member's style and background with lyrics that explore the profound questions of existence, mortality, and the human condition. What?
I guess it's I
Sure.
guess the lyrical content
I was like,
of their music.
I mean, because like I was telling Mark last night, I use Google Gemini as AI for stuff,
Mhm.
but I named him Ralph because everybody calls it Gemini, because that's what it's called. And he knows his name's Ralph, and I've had to cuss him out a couple times because he was dumb, about some things. So I've trained him, but it knows, like, you can type in and save information about you, so when you ask it a question, you don't have to just explain everything. I don't have to explain that I do a podcast and what it does and stuff every time. It already knows that. So it's kind of scary, but it's not, because I don't know why people are afraid that AI is going to take over, because humans program them. They only know as much as we tell them to know.
They're like
Right.
glorified search engines.
Yeah, and they just do everything a lot faster is the only thing, and put things into words and stuff, in sentences.
Yeah.
But like, so like I have to tell it everything that I do. What kind of camera I use if I have a question about my camera. That way I don't have to type it in every time, which makes it easier. That's what they're for. I don't know, but yeah, it's I don't know where I was going with that.
I learned a semester's worth of music theory in about a week, about a month ago or so. I mean, it's just insane. Like, it's the questions you can ask that you wouldn't think to ask normally, because it'll kind of keep you going in a rabbit hole, and you'll be like, like what are these chord progressions like, and what do they feel like to the listener, and blah, and they'll tell you everything. It'll be like, hey, if you're scoring a movie, you need these notes and blah blah blah.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
It's really nuts.
The thing is, with like when it comes to like AI and stuff, like what I tend to use it for is like more minuscule type things, like workout regimens, like which workout does this better and that better. For anything creative, I stay away from it, because like I'm one of those people that I'm like, all right, I don't want AI to kind of take over, the last bastion of like human creativity,
I don't think it will,
because
though. Like, I know what you're saying. I don't think it'll do that. Like, I mean, I'll use it for, like, I made this show in LLC last year, so that way I would have, if somebody was to sue me, I'd have my personal assets, separate. But
right.
when I was filling out like paperwork and stuff for that, there was a few terms and things I didn't know, so I would ask it that, and it would explain it in layman's terms. So I would,
Right. What I'm saying is, like, if somebody were to, like, I don't know, like write a
Those AI
song, and it's just
bands.
complete, and they're just like these AI bands that come up, and literally, what it does is not necessarily, I'm not worried about individual people doing it more than corporations just doing it, and then basically shoving out, bands that you would otherwise like. And if you have enough stuff like that, like, you're a lot of these bands, like, for example, like one of the bands that I'm really getting into is Sleep Token, like, and you wouldn't like, if you had like all these bands flooding, and this is an extreme example, but like, I'm just saying, like, if you have like all these like AI bands just flooding in, like being pushed to you by the algorithm, bands like that you would really connect to, that are really unique, you wouldn't otherwise find, because they're buried underneath all these like AI bands that these like record labels or these companies are pushing, just to
just to keep
make a
going. Yeah.
profit. Yeah, to make a
That's why
profit.
it's important, folks, to go to shows and watch these
Yeah,
bands
exactly.
perform, because then you know that they're real. Do you think that AIs will ever like manifest as humans?
I think there's gonna be like robots and stuff like that. As far as like cyborgs, like Terminator,
Would you let them
I don't
open for
know.
your band?
Huh?
Would you let them open for your band at a show?
No. I would have them sell T-shirts.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, we got to utilize them. If they want to work, damn it,
They're gonna
put them to
totally
work.
the first thing they're gonna make is sex dolls. That'll be the
Yeah.
first thing they make.
Oh,
And that's
yeah,
for everybody. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll make
Yeah,
it. They'll
that's
make one that can walk and talk, and it'll be creepy as hell, but people will buy it, and then
Yep.
people will be like, you know what? I lost.
It's like this. It's like those stupid Cybertrucks. People just
Almost
bought them
grandma.
just to say they have one, and they're dumb.
They'll be like, I lost grandma 10 years ago and I miss her. I'm going to get new grandma, and it'll be like the electric grandmother who's like, you got to plug her in, but she still makes the good pies.
and the recipes are perfect every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to have like a robot that like does chores. Like I wouldn't mind that.
Like on the Jetsons. Remember the show The Jetsons?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. That'd be kind of cool, but
Yeah, that's gotta happen. But that was like the Jetsons idea was supposed to happen like in the year 2000. That all that stuff, flying cars and shit. Yeah.
well, we're not far off. Like a couple months ago, they had like that. It was like a replica or something, like a hover bike. They had that going on. Some guy was like wearing some Star Wars stormtrooper
But you have to wear
armor.
that. Yeah. If you just
Yeah.
wear regular clothes, it looks stupid. You look like a moron.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was flying through the forest. It was kind of cool looking. And I think even in
The place with all the obstacles, that's where he's flying through.
yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think even in Dubai they have like stuff like that going on.
Dubai
Like,
has
I mean,
Dubai has things that we can't even fathom. You know?
yeah. They're
They build
they're
their own
rich.
islands and shit. I mean, I do a lot of Google Earth, and just you can't. I mean, just looking at from the top, like from the satellite view of the things that they've made, all the islands are like that designs and shit. It's crazy. Yeah, they have things over there that we don't.
Yeah, that buku money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like,
That's-
where do they get their money? What's
Oil.
is that the
Oil,
industry over there?
Yeah. Oil.
Yeah. Yep.
Need to go to Dubai. It sounds like. Wonder if they have
I'd
any
love
good
to go.
podcasts over there to compete with.
Be cool to play a metal show over there.
We should do it. We should organize a festival in Dubai. Metal show.
There you go.
Now, getting people there, it might be rather expensive, but hey, if you save up all year,
Yeah.
it is on the other side of the world, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
It's in the Middle East.
Yeah, in the
Dude.
Middle East.
It's in the good part of the Middle East, I guess, right?
No.
Is there a good part of the Middle East? I don't think so.
It's by Saudi Arabia and Iraq. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not.
Well,
not
now
the
you don't even
place,
want to go
but-
near like Russia and Ukraine either. Like
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
got to keep everybody in the Caribbean. I think is where it's at. Just
Yeah,
away,
well,
away
and
from
then you-
Mexico. though.
Not Haiti. Haiti's having a lot
Yeah,
of
not them.
problems right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, like Bermuda would be good. It's pretty.
Yeah.
You
Or
always have the
Jamaica.
guy in the comments that's
Huh?
like, "Oh, come to Brazil."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, Brazil might be okay. I've had a band
I
on
don't-
from Brazil.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know too much about
There's
Brazil.
a lot of muggings. A lot of muggings in Brazil.
Yeah, I've heard Brazil can get
Yeah.
kind of rough, but if you like go in there to play a show, just do what you're told and
Get back out.
don't wander off onto the streets at night.
That's pretty much what they said. Yeah. They said you just don't. I guess the main muggings are for phones because people have their phone out in their hand all the time. It's the easiest thing for people to just come up and grab.
Mm.
But they're like, yeah, just don't. Don't. If you come here, they lived in Rio, and they said if you come here to vacation, just don't go into the side streets or the alleys. The obvious places. And stick with somebody and all that shit. But I guess both of those guys had been mugged before. Like the stories were crazy, and it was like no big deal because it happens all the time, and they don't ever catch the person. So
Yeah,
that'd
unfortunately.
be a good industry to get into if you needed money. Just start mugging people.
Chain snatching.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a plan if things don't work out.
Yeah, there's always a backup plan.
Yeah,
It's like Juicy J says, a gun plus a mask that equals cash.
there
right.
you go.
That's right. I've never heard that, but now I know, and that's half the battle. Okay, you said you guys
you're
are.
gonna get banned from YouTube because
I don't care. I'm banned from a lot of places. I think. I don't know. You guys said you're recording today. Is that what you told me in the chat? I can't remember.
Yeah. So because my drummer and my other guitarist Chris, they're with me today, but we're working on the next song that we're gonna be putting out, and they're kind of tracking. And it's just like.
Oh, they're
we're
with
all
you now.
working-
Like you're just like out in the parking lot.
Yeah, they're in there because Chris has the studio set up in his apartment, so I'm just chilling out here. And long story short, it's just
I have an idea.
to pretty much yeah, because like everybody's got like work schedules. I got school work.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
all this other stuff, and it's just really hard to get. everybody together to work on something and
Can you
meet the
can you
deadline.
take us into the studio?
They might be working on it,
It's all
and it
right.
might be.
It's all right.
Well,
Well,
the
I mean,
thing
you
is,
can like leave it on mute. We'll play Crimson here while you're doing this, and you can just leave it on mute. You don't even have to have audio on. Just go in there and just kind of show us. Can you do that? And I'll play Crimson. That way, there's no audio. They don't hear anything that you're working on.
I don't know.
Or before you go in there, just put your phone down somewhere and go in and tell them that you're just going to pan around a little bit. We won't talk to them or anything. Just kind of show us. Can you do that?
Let me, because like I said, we're pretty.
Does include me a little bit.
Well, they're
too,
not
but,
naked,
like,
or if they're naked, I don't want to do it. But you know,
no.
or if they're
not.
shooting up, you know.
He's not in
Well,
the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
let me-
I hope not.
Let
I hope
me
not.
play Crimson while you're doing that. That way, you know, you can, if you need to mute it, you can and talk to them or something. But and then we'll talk about Crimson afterwards.
Yeah, I'm walking up. I'll give you a thumbs up.
Okay.
If anything.
Here's Crimson by Alaya's Curse, and this features Filth, and we'll talk about that a little bit too here in a second. I'm playing Crimson in the background. What's up, guys?
Okay. All right. Oh, well.
How you guys doing?
What's up? What's going? Just hanging in there.
We're learning all about you guys.
I can't hardly hear him.
Yeah, let me see if I can get this.
Let me pause this. I'll pause the song. I was playing Crimson in the background while you were walking, and it was awesome because the beginning is like walking music.
Speaker.
Yeah, let's try to see if there's a speaker function because this is the first time I've done Zoom off of my phone.
Zoom. She can barely hear us. Is that what you said?
There we go.
There it is.
There
Okay.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up?
I was playing Crimson as he was walking from the car inside, and it looked really cool because the beginning's kind of like a walking vibe, you know. And he had the camera toward his face, so it was like it's like a movie. What are you guys doing? Are you guys doing some tracking today?
Yes, sir. Yep, trying to get a new song lined up.
Nice. I'm ready for some new stuff. I mean, I like what's out there, but
Yeah, it's gonna be on the heavier side for sure.
well, you guys will have to come back on the show, and next time Ivar can take a break, and you guys can come on and talk.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, they're more interesting than me, so.
I don't know about all that.
Well, enjoy your day tracking, and best wishes with it, and we'll be waiting for it.
Word
Awesome.
up, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys.
Sure.
I'll be back with you.
All right. We'll go back to Crimson here. I paused it as we were talking to them, but we'll get back to
Oh, it's all good.
get back to this. Mark, do you know about Filth? Have you heard of Filth?
That's a funny thing because there's an old punk band called Filth.
Yeah, from
Oh,
California.
Huh?
I think they're from California.
Yeah, they had the first time I heard them was the late 90s. So then there's another Filth that's on tour right now because I think they either played this weekend or next weekend here in Austin. And it's not the same Filth.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming the punk Filth that I knew.
It's probably hitting it. Yeah.
I don't think they ever got big to tour.
Yeah.
But so this is the new Filth. This is obviously the one that's on tour now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had heard of them previously somehow. I don't know how, but
I'm gonna look.
they're very good and they're very heavy, right?
Yeah. They're like they're on the deathcore side.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why did you want to put them? Have you always wanted to do a song with them? Because they're from around that area, right?
Yeah, they're from North Carolina as well. Funny story about that. So like a few years back, right when I was starting to try to get Alaya's Curse back together, like I don't know, like 2017-ish around there. I think I'm off with the times. It's just a big blur.
I hear you.
But a few years back, let's just say that there was rumblings of a band called Filth on Reddit, and they kept popping up. People kept bringing them up on it's funny because it was on the metalcore page. I would see them pop up. People would be mentioning this band named Filth, and I checked them out. I was like, they're really good. And at the time, I had no idea that they were from North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah. So it was cool. I knew they were playing around here a few times. I was like, I guess they must really like North Carolina or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was putting together Crimson, I wanted like a really heavy vocalist, like a deathcore vocalist, to really bring out that breakdown. And my bassist, he normally does like the other scream vocals, like in the Fade breakdown, he does that, and he does like a
Right. Yeah.
job. But we all kind of wanted to have like an extra vocalist in there to kind of
It's
like
nice to have a feature too, especially somebody that's well known,
Yeah, and so when we were looking around, we had a friend tell us like, hey, I know the vocalist Dustin, I believe is his name. Like from Filth, he would be down, and I'm like, oh, okay. So
yeah. Hell yeah.
he connected us, and then I sent him some stuff. And he's like, yeah, I dig it, and then he worked on it, sent it back, and when I heard it, I was like, this is exactly what I was going for, So
Have you guys been able to hang out with him or play a show or anything?
not yet. Eventually, that's the plan. To have, if they're in the area or if we're playing a show together, have him hop on stage and do that part.
I think Internal Shadow just played a show with him over in Wilmington.
Yeah, yep. This was like this past week, I believe.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's just with school and stuff like that and work and everything, like
Hard to schedule stuff.
Yeah. So and then they have to be available to play that show on that specific date, and stuff. So eventually that'll be the case. I see that happening.
Yeah. Do you have something, Mark?
Yeah. I just kind of looked them up. Two totally different people.
I was gonna say they're not punk at all.
In fact, the punk band, I don't know. They look like they might be a little problematic. I don't know if I'd want to be associated with them. I don't know.
Oh well, that's why they're punks.
Yeah, and they're from 1989. It's a different time back then.
That was different punk too.
Yeah,
different kind of punk. Well, we're kind of if there's viewers watching that usually watch the show, it's probably feels like I'm speeding up things, but I'm doing that because Ivar's got to go. He's got to go track for new stuff, and so we're gonna I'm trying to get everything in, and then Mark's got to go do something stupid.
Yeah, eat some brisket.
Oh well, that's not stupid. Yeah. Send me up some if you have any leftovers. But I might continue to talk about stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Cause I might wait and see if I can get like Bo to come on with me, my buddy Bo, and talk about that show. I don't want to do it by myself. That'd be dumb. But we'll go ahead and do the offstage segment, which is I don't know if you saw it in the email. It's basically just a bunch of random questions. And remember before we started, I was like, we'll talk about dicks later. That's this part.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
about that.
I'm always well. I don't always, but I'm going to let Mark start because Mark has probably the best questions. Basically, a lot of them are would you rather questions, and there's no right answer. You know, I'm not going to judge you on. You know, I might judge you, but you know,
okay.
but there's no right answers. But you have to pick one or the other kind of thing, or
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's fun, a lot of fun.
Like a kill, marry, fuck situation.
But the dicks question you don't have to worry about till last. We always do that one last. But everybody gets that question. But I'll let Mark start because he always has the good ones.
All right. Let's
Would you rather eat shit flavored ice cream or ice cream flavored shit?
shit flavored ice cream.
Why?
Because it's not shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence with that answer. I still don't know what I would.
I don't know. It's like either way, like you walk out of there and your breath stinks really bad. So
It's true. My breath stinks all the time anyway. So I don't know why. Do the grandma question.
Oh yeah, would you
It's my favorite one.
would you rather have a bad hand job from your grandfather or a good hand job from your grandmother?
oh my god. Oh boy. Grandma. It would have to be. I grandpa no. I mean, it's bad either way, but
Either way, Christmas is going to be awkward.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah, it's not like you can like tell your friends, "Hey, guess what I got?" You know. Yeah, that'd be odd. Let's see. I'm not going to do any serious questions because Ivar doesn't seem like the type. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll sprinkle one in. Maybe I'll sprinkle one in.
You could shoot some serious questions. That doesn't bother me.
Would you rather lose all your memories or never be able to create new ones?
Lose all my old memories.
Yeah, I think it has to do with your past. You know, if the way it just seems like that's the usually the answer if some people have things going on.
The reason why I say that is because I'm the type of person I like looking ahead and always your past is gonna be behind you, but that's done. And
yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's set and done. There's nothing you can do about it. And if you can't create new memories, that's just depressing. You're stuck in one moment in time forever.
That's true.
So
We got
50 first dates.
yeah. We bring that up every time, don't we? 50 first dates. You have another one, Mark?
Or
Or you want me to go on?
You go ahead and go on.
Ah, damn it! I was hoping you would. Let's see. What's the most elaborate lie you've ever told? that you thought was a really good lie, but it just didn't land, and you got caught.
That I got caught, or got.
Well, you're live.
Most elaborate thing you
live
got caught.
Right now, so
yeah, and you're live right now, and the world is watching. Hopefully.
No, it's nothing bad. It's like when I was a teenager. Basically, at the time, I snuck out to see a girl that I was really interested in, and we went off to do things and hung out and stuff. But it was just funny because I was normally. It's funny because like I normally am really good about sneaking back in, because like like when you're younger, you kind of have like. I mean, at least for me, like you had like that whole house figured out which steps creaked more than others, how to turn the lock a certain way so it doesn't.
Oh, I know.
But
you always run into the door or something and make this huge sound. I do it every time.
Yeah. But like which window has like the loose screen you can kind of like pull off.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So when I was sneaking back in, and I don't know how the hell this happened, but I went in through the front door, and I did what I normally did, was just slowly open the door, like very, very slowly, to like nothing's jiggling and stuff like that. And so like I open and push the door, I close it, slowly turn it back into place, slowly lock the thing. And then like I just put my foot, I even pressed down on the first step to go upstairs to my room. I just put my foot down, and then I hear my dad like, "Oh, what the fuck? Who's there?" And he just jumps out, and he's like, "What the hell are you sneaking out?" And it's just busted, like
Good thing he didn't get shot. People will shoot you now.
Right, here's right in my ass. He's like, "What were you doing now? Were you smoking? Were you doing this, that, and the other?" I was like, "No, no, no, no. I thought I heard something."
That's what you told him?
Because I was all dressed up.
Oh man, I can picture that whole scenario.
Yeah, and it was pretty bad because like he knew what I was up to. Like,
parents always know what you're. Even if they don't know exactly what it is, they always know it's not the right thing, and they just act like
they did it too.
Yeah.
He knew. I couldn't. My dad was like, I couldn't bullshit my dad, so I tried, but I couldn't. So
you should ask him some of these questions. That we're asking. Do you have another one, Mark? Or are you out? I got a whole list of them.
Would you rather sit on a dick and eat cake?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Or sit on a cake and eat dick?
Oh no,
it's the best one. I know. Choose wisely. The world's watching.
Is dying an option?
No. Not this time.
Man.
Maybe after the experience, but you got experience.
Yeah, you can only die after you choose one.
I don't know. Cake's pretty good, so. And you only have to do it once, so I mean, it's not unless you like it,
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
That's probably like the worst case scenario. There's like no winning. There's no get out. God.
That's why these questions are excellent.
Oh man.
We'll come back to it. Would you rather, or do you know?
Let's just say this.
Okay.
Like, I'd rather sit on a cake.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. But it's still not.
I just got summoned. The car is leaving.
What? You're well. Walk there.
Train's leaving the station. It's in a different town.
Oh well, right. Don't you have a horse in Texas? Everybody has horses.
Yeah, but the horse doesn't want to go anywhere today.
Or a wagon. He's a dick. He's eating cake.
He's eating the cake. Yeah.
Ah man, that's funny.
Stupid horse.
All right, Mark. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's good meeting you, Ivar.
Good meeting you too.
I will talk to you soon. I have several shows coming up, but I'll
all right
later.
I'll see you later, man.
All right, I got one more question for you. Since that last question about dicks, we'll just go to the last question that's about dicks, and then we'll quit. Since you have to go also.
Yeah.
Would you rather have dicks for fingers, or never be able to taste anything ever again?
Never taste anything again.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's no right answers, but
well, it would. If you're like hanging out with I don't know, like let's say like you're visiting some family member and they cook a bad dish, you could tell them technically the truth. They're like, "Oh, it
tastes like dick." Yeah.
God. Yeah.
When I had Internal Shadow on, we spent about 20 minutes on that question for some reason. There was all these scenarios like, well, what if this and what if that? It went on forever. It seemed like.
Let's just put it this way: if I had dick for fingers,
you'd be famous for one thing.
Yeah, you would, but no one would want to touch anything you touch, so you'd be like isolated. And then on top of that, I couldn't play guitar.
That's true.
So yeah,
you got to be able to do that. Keep creating.
And someone giving you a handshake would be really awkward. Like.
Or not.
Like aroused, you know what I mean? So
there's a lot of scenarios.
Yeah.
For that, yeah. Yeah, everybody gets that question. I don't care if they're Christians or not. We always ask that question. All right. Towards the end of the show, I always give the guest time to let people know where they can find you on social media, what you have coming up, if you have any local shows, if local people may be watching, or even later.
Mm-hmm.
Just things like that, and I will be quiet as you say all that.
So you can find us on Spotify, Alaya's Curse, Instagram, Alaya's Curse Official, Facebook, Alaya's Curse. We have a TikTok, Alaya's Curse Official. Trying to think. I think those are the big ones that we're more active on.
You have a link tree in your. I'm sorry, you have a link tree in your bio, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put that in the description so people.
Yeah,
can
in our Instagram bio. And our latest single is Crimson. Which just went over I believe like 11K streams. So, and that I mean for a song coming back out and just right off the bat, I was expecting not as much. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna do like 500 or something,
Yeah.
And it just blew up. So I'm really happy. So yeah, check it out. People seem to be liking it. And yeah, we in terms of shows, we have some shows lined up for the fall. I can't name exactly when because they're still being worked out, but they are going to be announced soon. Let's just say that.
Nice.
So we have some shows coming up, and then we're working on some stuff potentially in the winter and definitely in the spring. So we'll definitely be announcing those as we're able to. Let's just say that.
Nice.
So.
And you're working on new material also that we witnessed a little bit ago.
Yeah.
And probably no timeline for that yet, right? Just because it's.
We do have we have a bunch of songs in the pipeline that we've written. We right before putting out Crimson, we had an album and a half's worth of music written out. And now the process is just picking out which one we want to release next, and it's just fine tuning everything and stuff like that. So we're trying to aim for release soon for this one. I don't want to say anything just yet because things like booking studio time, for doing vocals and drums and stuff like that, and then mixing and mastering takes time. You have to go back and forth with iterations of the mix and stuff. It just kind of boxes you in is what I'm getting at. So when we're more sure, we'll be announcing, when people can be expecting the song. So
awesome. Sounds good. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm hyped. It's gonna be a good one. But
I'm still enjoying Crimson. Fade's my favorite of the two, but Crimson's starting to grow on me now too. It's like, oh, wait a minute,
I will say this. So this next song is gonna be like a mix of Crimson and Fade. So. Wow.
Okay. Now, all right. Well, hurry up and release it. Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
Even though we had to cut it short, but it's fine. Come back. Bring the band with you. Come back when you guys are, sitting around and not doing much, Usually, sometimes that's in the. I don't know. It varies with guests. Sometimes I'll have a whole month going, man, when will somebody schedule? Like just everybody's busy, and sometimes that's in the wintertime. But it seems to be like the first of the year because people will start releasing things in the beginning of the year for some reason. And of course, the springtime when people start going on tour again, that gets slow. But it seems like the late fall into before Christmas, a lot of people are just doing nothing for some reason. I get several shows a week usually, which is awesome. But
during the holidays, and then everybody's got family coming in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there's these like holiday shows that come up sometimes. So
yeah. If you guys want to come back and premiere the new song or something like that, we can always do that. Or
I will definitely keep in touch and let you know. So that can definitely be a thing. Yeah.
Did I give you guys stickers? Did I have some at the show? Some of these?
I have them. Yep.
Cool. Yep. I thought I did. I didn't have much with me. I need to do a reorder of things. So it was some other people stuff.
But yeah.
But I will let you go if you got to go. I was going to tell the folks a little bit about what I have coming up because I just got some stuff on the schedule right before I jumped on Zoom. But you're welcome to stick around also.
It's fine. It's just the guys were just texting me. They're like, "Hey, are you coming?" You know, because they're
Tell me you're on a very important podcast. You know?
Yeah, but I it, man.
Sure. Yeah, come back. Come back when you guys are settled and maybe around release time or something. We'll do it again.
All right, I'll see you around. Thank you.
We'll see you, man. Thanks.
All right,
bye. For the rest of you, I had a band on the band I had on before Lay's Curse was Hard to Explain from over in Ireland, and they are through Reaction Management, and Jay from Reaction Management has been very nice to offer me more bands from Reaction Management, and I just got the email from him, and I'll be posting these up here in a little bit, and these are all bands from I think Scotland is where Nothing Speaks is from. Nothing Speaks will be on September the 1st at 3 Eastern, and that will be the first band from Scotland too, so we'll be able to mark them off. And then September the 4th at 3 will be Tooth Gore. September the 10th will be Emerald Sunday. And that's all I have scheduled. I thought I had more than that, but that's all I got. Anyway. Well, thanks for joining us today. I will be back on the 1st at 3 p.m. with Nothing Speaks. And playing us out of the show is a band I just found on my Apple Music, just like the first one. They're called 6 Months to Live, and the song is called Change Your Name. I will see you on the 1st. Have a good day.
Drop your guts and wait on the run. A far cry from hell. Care on the edge of a gun. Let's have a while and burn a bridge and change your name. Never wonder who. It's never fun, baby. I've tried so many.